Hi, folks. John Tobis here. Let's talk about what you need to do to print out in order to run an event for Codebusters. Now, we're going to assume you've gone ahead and created your test, and you can find your test by going on the main page, go to your test manager, and you'll see all the tests you've created. We've got one here called example test, and you know about going in here to edit the test. Well, I've done it. Let's suppose I've gone through, done all the work on the test. I've got all the questions prepared and ready to go. Now I want to print the test out. There are a couple of things that you're going to want to print. Let's start out first with what we're going to give to the team there. So we look at here, we go to our test packet, and we give you new instructions. This is something that's changed recently to make it a little bit easier for people printing for an event. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to print the test itself single-sided. The reason why you do this is it gives them scrap paper to work on. So if they need scrap paper, they just use the back of the page. It also, being single-sided, means when you have 3 kids on the team, it's they can swap the pages around for who's working on what problem. When you have it double-sided, then you are limiting the number of opportunities for then swapping it around. So the single-sided really works. Now, in addition to the test, now once you've printed it single-sided, in fact, let's just go here and click on the print button. You're going to see what you have. The very first page of the printout is going to be the test score sheet. So this is going to tell you, they're going to fill out the name, and this is going to what you're going to want to be on the very top of the packet for when the students sit down for their test. In fact, what we typically do is we'll take the entire test, we'll put it inside a file folder, and then we paper clip the score sheet here to the front of the test. So in this case, you can see we've got the score sheet. The very first one, in the case of a division B or C, is going to be the timed question, and then you're going to see the questions generally 2 per page. So first step is print out the test packet, single-sided, and you're going to make 1 copy for every team that's going to the test. In addition, you'll see we've got this nice reminder here. Don't forget the resource sheet. So the resource sheet is something that you're going to want to print out, 1 for each student taking the test. So for Division A, you're going to want to print out 2 resource sheets. For Division B and C, you're going to have 3 resource sheets. These you want to print double-sided. That way they've got 1 piece of paper for them to hold on to. It's the only thing you're going to print double-sided. Now, and if you can see what it looks like, the resource sheet is pretty simple. In this particular case, I've only got the ported tables and I've got the frequency letters. So step 1, print the test packet. Single-sided, 1 for each team. Step 2, print the resource sheet double-sided, and you'll have 1 for each set of students taking the test. Now, the people running the event, they're going to need to be able to grade it. So for that, you're going to need to print out the answer key. Now, there's 2 forms of the answer key. There's the full answer key. If you look at this full answer key, starts out with how to run the test, but then we have effectively a copy of what the students had for the test with the answers in yellow. So you're going to want to print out 1 copy of this answer key for the event supervisor, and you're going to want to print it out in color if you can. If not, you can print it in black and white. It's pretty obvious with a gray, but by printing out in color, particularly when you have somebody who's new grading the test, the yellow shows them what they're to grade. Now, this year we also introduced the tiny answer key. And the nice thing about the tiny answer key, and you're going to want to print this, basically going to print this out for everybody that's helping with the test. The tiny answer key has all of the answers on a single page. So when you start grading it, it's nice to have that 1 sheet of paper in front of you. You can look at the question and very quickly grade it. So typically what we do is you will print out 1 copy of the answer key for the event supervisor. That way they've got something they can compare to the page if they really need to. And then you'll have 1 copy of the tiny answer key for each of the people that are helping the event supervisor. Now, lastly, there's this answers and solutions. Mostly we do the answers and solutions for coaches who want to help their teams, and it shows them how to approach the problem. You could, if you have a very inexperienced person or someone who's really not yet completely comfortable, you could print a copy of the answers and solutions for them, but it's pretty rare that you end up looking at that. You're generally going to only need the answer and the answer key. So hopefully this gives you a good idea. It's a quick reminder: print the test packet, single-sided, one per student; resource sheet, double-sided, um, one per student. Correction, on the test packet, it's one per team. The resource sheet, one per student. Answer key, one copy of the answer key in color. Double-sided is fine for the event supervisor. And then one copy of the answer key each, color, double-sided for each of the people helping the event supervisor. And again, the answers and solutions is only generally for the coaches, or you want someone to feel a little more comfortable, you can print a copy of the answers and solutions. Hopefully this gives you a good idea, and I hope you have a wonderful day.